As Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis get ready for their November 14th showdown, a leaked sparring video between the two has set the boxing world on fire. The footage, shared by a boxing YouTube channel, has sparked huge debate among fans and experts alike.
I didn't even notice it at first, honestly. I want to see the replay. Like, I don't even know if I moved at all. But it was pretty fast. I didn't see it coming, so we'll...
What most people didn't know is that Jake Paul and Davis actually had a secret sparring session. It happened during Davis's 14-month layoff, before his fight with Frank Martin. The session reportedly came after Tank mocked Jake's boxing skills and claimed that his own punching power was as strong as a super middleweight.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Take deep breaths and walk. Take deep breaths.
Just like Tank predicted, the sparring went his way. Jake tried using his size, height, and reach to pressure Davis, but Tank's quick footwork and defense shut him down. Jake, with his limited technical skill, could only look for a lucky knockout shot, but it never came.
Makes you think that you can be the fighter to stop him, and if you can stop him, do you think you can stop him?
Yeah, for sure, I think I can stop him. I'm much quicker than him. He's much stronger, much bigger, but we all know that tall fighters is a taller fighter. A shorter person is hard to fight a taller person. So, I mean, while a taller person is hard to fight a shorter.
We made it smaller gloves just now today, so someone's getting put to sleep.
How's your mental?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just so happy to be here. I love all of this. Excited to get back to camp and just knock this guy out and prove people wrong once again.
Jake tried to catch Davis off guard, hoping for a big knockout punch, but Tank's tight guard blocked almost everything. Then Davis switched roles and started counter-punching effectively. If it were scored, most agree Tank clearly won on points. Fans watching the clip for the first time were stunned. Man, this is exactly how the real fight will go. One fan commented, "Boxing is about skill, not size. There's no way a YouTuber beats someone as sharp as Tank." Another added, "This fight doesn't make sense. It's like a younger Tyson fighting Jake, nothing new or special."
Paul versus Gervonta Davis.
Oh, I don't care. I don't think anyone cares, man. No one cares. No one cares.
To prepare for Jake's size, Tank has reportedly brought in heavyweight sparring partners. A photo on his Instagram story showed him training with a much bigger partner, and it quickly went viral. Jake Paul saw it too, but didn't seem worried. He reposted it and wrote on his story,
We know he's gonna be definitely frustrated. You know, he's slower. You know, his arm reach not that much longer. We just gotta wait and see it till we get in there and test the waters. But I'm for sure though that he decent and he gonna hold up for a couple rounds. But once it get hot in there, you know, I think it's play out.
Tank sparring with a guy who's got cankles. Bro, bring in a real athlete. Meanwhile, even Terrence Crawford admitted the fight makes him nervous. Speaking on the Full Send podcast, he said, "Jake is way too big for Tank. Honestly, the size difference could make it dangerous."
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. They just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank. So
Crawford has criticized Davis before, but he still respects his talent. Tank's powerful and explosive, he said, but Jake's size is a real problem. Crawford also mentioned Tank's recent struggles, like his draw with Lamont Roach on March 1st, as another reason this matchup feels risky. Fans expected a rematch, but instead, Tank agreed to fight Jake.
Man, what do you think about it?
Bruh.
Yeah. Lay it on me, Rolly. What do you think, bro? Come on.
I don't even know what to think right now. I don't even know what to think. Maybe some Tank has an unreal boxing ability and Jake Paul is really big. But the last time I said somebody was going to be bigger, they weren't that much bigger. But I think in this case, somebody's actually a lot bigger, so.
Did you see the face-off? Like, he's a lot bigger. Even though I know it's like 190 is going to.
As for Jake Paul, now a cruiserweight contender, he's faced years of criticism for fighting smaller or less experienced opponents. Crawford doesn't think this fight makes much sense either, but he still plans to watch. If they really go all out, Crawford said, Jake might win by knockout. He's big, he's got real power in that right hand, and he's faster than people think.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna be.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small.
It's just I don't want to.
Shocker Stevenson, the WBC lightweight champion, also reacted on TMZ Sports right after the fight announcement. He pointed out the massive size gap. Tank last weighed 133 pounds, while Jake fights around 199. When asked if Jake had any real chance, Stevenson didn't hesitate. No, not at all.
He's ready. Buddy's always going to come in there 100% and he's going to be on top of his game. He's going to be sharp, fast, strong. I think that's the thing that's going to surprise a lot of people with this fight is Bud power carries up. It's not just power that was just there for 147 or 140. His power carries up in weight. So I think that's the biggest thing that's going to surprise everybody.
Shakur, have you noticed that he's a step slower and any downside to adding on a little bit of size with Bud?
I mean, I can't get into his camp.
He added, yeah, size matters a bit, but Tank can just outbox him. With his ring IQ, he could make it look easy. Stevenson said Tank's power is real. 28 knockouts in 31 fights, but that he'd likely win by decision. Not co. Jake's too big to just get knocked out like that, he explained.
Gio's world, facts. That's why Tank wants to fight Jake Paul. I'm telling you, he want to fight Jake Paul because he know if he climb in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, he's going to get zapated. He know it. They all know it.
When asked if he'd watch the fight, Stevenson quickly said, hell no. He explained, I've got the sides, business and competition. From the competitive side, this fight doesn't excite me. It doesn't feel real boxing to me. Stevenson also said he wasn't surprised by the matchup. Nah, I expected it.
109-point-something his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He hasn't been only boxing for a couple of years. He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-0-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much, though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this case here when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but...
Jake was at Tank's last fight. He said he'd fight someone like Jake Paul, so I'm not shocked. Still, Stevenson admitted he felt disappointed. He called the idea of an exhibition against Jake disrespectful to the sport, especially since he's been calling out Tank for a real lightweight title fight for years. I'm the best in the sport, Stevenson said. He knows it, but if he thinks I'm lying, step in the ring and prove it for years.
Tank and Jake fight tight.
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens. I can see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
I can see it happening. I don't think, I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so
then you're gonna get it on.
Yeah.
Fans have waited for Davis versus Stevenson, but it's never happened. Both hold belts in the same division, yet promotion conflicts and stall talks have kept it from happening. While fans grow impatient, Tank seems more interested in high-profile exhibitions like this one with Jake Paul. Paul later confirmed they're working on the deal behind the scenes. He said the goal is to give fans the biggest show of the
year. Man.
So we see the same when Gervonta rematches Lamont Roach.
Could be. Yeah, because the styles make fights, man. And obviously, Lamont Roach, man, look, Anybody that can take a shot and that's tough, bro, and that can take it to Tank, they can beat him. All right? Roach, he mentally tough, had his game plan, was able to execute, was able to march forward in spots. He was able to control a lot of the action, you know.
I think Tank is going through things that we don't know that he's going through mentally, so that's why I kind of like don't want to. I think that whenever I say something about him, it go viral and then they make it a way for us to beef or whatever.
Pile on.
Yeah, and it's more of like I ain't got to be friends with him, but I don't hate the dude, and I wish him well. I think that if he get his mental together.
Here, that only made Stevenson more frustrated. He wants real boxing, not circus fights. Part of the issue is that Stevenson fights under Top Rank on ESPN, while Davis is signed with Premier Boxing Champions on Showtime. The promotional wall has stopped many dream fights before. As for what's next, Stevenson mentioned a name still on his radar: Teofimo Lopez and Lamont Roach, both of whom are also chasing big fights in 2025.